What's going on, guys? I am back with another video. In the last video I left off showing these three dragons right here. I showed my red project in my last dragon in the last video, so if you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and go watch that video before you watch this one. And also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because a lot of my videos, they roll into each other. So if you coming into one video, you might be lost on the next one. So go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notifications on so you don't miss any videos. So when I do the rollover type videos, you're not out of the loop. But I'm putting this girl into my red project. It's gonna be trying to go red Whiplets with this one. That's a male. He's a leatherback. She's a leatherback as well. So I'm kind of limited on what reds I can take him to. So I'm thinking I might have to get one more red female. I'm going to take him to a normal scale red female and then produce red babies. And then once I produce from her babies, I'm going to keep back some of her babies and keep back some of his babies. And then once I breed those, the offspring from those, I can go ahead and cross back. It'll be like 4 generations removed and should be just fine. And this girl right here, she's siblings to these two, but she's not a visual Whiplet. All these guys are 66% het 0. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with her. I do want to get her into a yellow project because her color is amazing. The light right now is not doing her any justice. Let me see if the flashlight helps at all. Actually, my battery is still too low to do that, but you guys have seen her in videos before. But I just wanted to show them because the battery died in the last video, and I want to finish off with them and then go into the next one so you guys know exactly where we are. Alright, these guys already didn't use the bathroom in here, so excuse the mess. I'm gonna get them out as soon as possible. Still gotta clean their cages right now. But just to speak on the projects that I have, this girl right here will be going into a Whiplet project. She's het Whiplet, and she's het Whiplet as well, and she's a hybrid. So I got a lot of projects that will intermesh in the future, but right now, just getting the productions under my roof first. So all the dragons I showed you guys so far in this video I purchased. So those offspring from them will be dragons that I produce, and I'm looking forward to producing from those dragons more than I am from these ones. That way they'll be heading in the direction that I want them to be heading, and they'll be actually my productions on both sides. So that's why I bought so many dragons this year, getting my collection back to where I needed to be, and also getting my projects set up to produce what I need to produce in the future. I'm always thinking 2 steps ahead. A lot of the projects I do, I go the long route. So partly because when some of these projects first came out, they were very expensive. So it was cheaper to buy the possible heads, probable heads, and buy them in a bigger quantity so that you can breed multiple dragons to try to prove out which ones are carrying. And then the ones that are carrying, you keep those ones, and then you sell the ones that didn't prove out for you. And that way you get some of your return back on our original investment. This is live animals, but at the same time it is an investment as well. Anything that you put money into to get money out of, anything you do, it's an investment. So if you're buying a car just to fix it up and flip it, that's an investment. That's what I'm pretty much doing with these. I'm buying dragons that don't show that much in most cases, and then I know what they can produce or possibly produce, and then I produce a higher quality or higher sought after more from these dragons that I'm buying, and then those ones get my return back plus some. So it is some upkeep on all these animals. So in the last video I did, if you haven't seen that, well, the video before last, I was talking about producing your own feeders. It's very important to produce your own feeders so you can keep the cost of feeding them very low. You should be only, if you do it right, you should only be paying for the cost of lights and stuff like that, lights and power. So because you got to replace the UVB every 6 months, And the heat bulbs, a lot of the reptile heat bulbs, they blow out fast for some reason. You probably get about 2-3 months out of them, and they blow out. But the UVB lasts 6 months. Um, Even if the light is still on the UVB, it's not putting out the UVB for them to absorb. So you need to replace those UVB lights every 6 months. I like to use the fluorescent versus the coil. I believe it's a better product, and it gets more UVB around the full cage. So if you're using coil, try to flip it out to a fluorescent. Get a fluorescent about the same length of the cage, so that the animal is getting UVB wherever it wants. If you want the animal to have a place to get out the UVB, put in like a half log or something like that, and then they go under the half log, just like they do in the wild. They come out and bask early morning. When it get too hot, they go in and hide right before the sun go down and start cooling off a little bit. They come back out, get that last little bit of sun, eat a little bit, and then they go in for the night. But yeah, this is my Whiplet project. Is those two that I showed you, that male and that female. The male is a hypo, the female is normal. She has a little bit of color. She's going into my color project. That Whiplet, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with him yet. Besides buying probably another red female, normal scale. I'll probably buy her head 0, so I can see if he proves out 0, and then possibly make 100% head. I'll probably buy a 0 from red lines, a female 0 from red lines. That'd be nice. No, because if he proves out 0, that'll be breeding visual 0 to head 0, and I want to do head to head. So I'll probably get a red double head for Whiplet and 0, 100% head, and then I can do it that way. And then if he proves out, no, it can't be head Whiplet either. So just a red head 0. Yeah, a red head 0 female, normal scale, probably Dunner. Yeah. So it'd be hypo leatherback male, Whiplet breeding to red head 0. Yeah, head 0 Dunner. That'd be dope. I'm just brainstorming that right now as I'm talking, so it probably don't make sense to you guys, but once I get it calculated in my head, I'll revisit this same conversation and make it so you guys can explain it. I was just my thought process right now, so on the fly thinking. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean these girls' cages. I have these two sisters right here. These girls are both hybrids. They're head Whiplet and 0, so they may go into the Whiplet project in a little bit as well. He actually may be she's close. She might be able to put some color on them. So I might breed the male Whiplet to her and produce some low percentage hybrids with a good amount of color, and they should have good size as well. And some of them are going to be leatherbacks. They're just going to be missing the Dunner. I want to get Dunner in there as well. My goal is in all my breedings, is to produce the most genetics in them and make them still look pretty. Because sometimes you can produce a lot of dragons with a lot of morphs in them, but you don't get the beauty of each individual morph. Like a 0 is going to wipe out pretty much the beauty on all morphs, except for hypo. Hypo and 0 go together very well because it makes almost a pure white dragon. I like leatherback and Dunner, that go together well. I like hypo and trans, those two go together well. What else? Leatherback and genetic stripe go together well, and leatherback and Dunner go together very well. But I'll go ahead and get these guys cleaned up. I just wanted to show you guys the rest of my Whiplet project. This girl's going to be a big part of it. Them two have a possibility. The sisters have a possibility of going with it. She's just in here to get some soak while I clean her cages. And then the hybrid, I think I'm just going to focus on her, maybe just going hybrid with her. to try to produce higher percentage hybrids, and then for the future, then I could take that back to my stuff that I'm producing with the multiple genes, just to wash some stuff out and stretch the bloodline as much as possible. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a continuation of the last video, pretty much. Just didn't want to make one video too long, and hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. They won't be in this water very long. I'm just going to clean their cages out pretty fast and get them right back into their cages. But hope you guys have a nice day. Until the next video, you guys have a good one. I'm out. Peace. Crazy eyes.